going on, everybody? Welcome back into Earth Nerd. I am Bryce West, and today we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Gavv episode 5. Right off the bat, Shoma wakes up in some dude's apartment. He looks like the other monsters, and then immediately Shoma profiles the guy and slams him up against the wall, and then it turns out it was actually his great uncle that he didn't recognize and didn't remember that he was the one that performed the surgery that gave him the red Gavv belt, which was really, really interesting. Not really sure what that all means, and then we go back to the villain's base, and apparently, I just completely missed this last episode, but the twins are Shoma's sisters. I don't know how I completely missed that in the last episode. Somebody let me know in the comments below, and then it was also reiterated in the recap for the episode. So, yeah, completely missed that. It's mentioned a whole bunch throughout this whole episode. So thank you for everybody in the comments that's been letting me know of all the things I've been missing. I don't know how I've been missing so much stuff in this show, but I'm sure I'll miss something in this episode. So let me know in the comments below what I got wrong this time. But anyway, so his siblings are in the base going like, oh man, he really kicked our butts, didn't he? And the main guy, I'm sure I missed something. I don't know if he's a brother too or what, but he's the main guy. Let me know if he's the brother. But the main guy is like, you're really dropping the ball here. You need to step it up, or else I'm just gonna let the minions take care of your job. And so, yeah, and then there's this guy in an alley who's also one of them, and he's getting dealt the gummy drugs or whatever, and then we don't really see him until the end of the episode. But anywho, so we basically, whenever Shoma's with the great uncle, we get a lot of flashback stuff of him having the surgery done. Throughout the episode, we get more flashbacks of Shoma's dad being an absolute POS. I think they're supposed to be showing that, like, oh, he did all this stuff for a reason, like, he was secretly trying to protect them, but, like, I don't know, bro, like, hit his wife, and I'm not gonna throw up a picture of that, because I don't want to, like, trigger anybody, but yeah, I mean, he literally hits Shoma's mom, completely unnecessary. So I think any sort of redemption that they're probably going to try to give him throughout the rest of the show is probably going to mean absolutely nothing to me. You don't just get to do that and get redeemed by the end. I don't care what sort of lengths he was trying to go to protect his wife and kid. He didn't need to hit her, and I'm sure if they show a clip of him hitting his son, I'll probably feel the same way. So yeah, completely unnecessary. It felt like they were sort of teasing that, like, oh, like, he's actually a good guy, but then showing him doing these absolutely heinous things to his family. So I was sensing a redemption arc being built up, and I'm just like, no, absolutely not. You don't get to recover from that. Anyway, so, absolutely unacceptable. So, meanwhile, and then Shoma just runs away from his step-uncle. I think he associates him with his absolutely horrible father, and he just ran away. We don't really know what the great, or did I say step-uncle? The great uncle motives are, because the villains also mention a great uncle working with them, so we'll see about that. But now, meanwhile, Hanto is investigating. He gets a call from Sachika and is investigating something going on with the villains. He witnesses them compressing the humans, and he decides to investigate. However, he gets caught and then has to be saved eventually. But before he can get saved, Shoma has to get this toy's kid from the sewer grate, and then learns a life lesson from that. And then he has these hot potato chips that his great uncle gave him, and he eats one, and then he's like, oh, it's so hot, but also great. And then the little guy pops out, and then he has that now. But then the gummy one comes and tells him that Hanto, I guess, was captured. And so he goes and transforms into the gummy form and then saves him. And then Hanto goes back into the building to try to get the people out of the confines. And then we have a pretty cool fight scene with the potato chip form. He uses the hot power-up or the spicy power-up. And basically, there's no sort of suit changes. Basically, there's just a lot more flames and the swords catch fire. So I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, the potato chip form is already the coolest form in the show. You add more flames to it, and then that just makes it cooler. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. We got some cool shots with that, and then he's able to handily defeat the bad guys, and Hanto's trying to rip the humans out of the tongue confines or whatever, and then Shoma shows up still transformed, and it's like, bro, like, don't do that, you're gonna like kill them. Here, let me slice the things open or whatever. And then he does it for like each 5 sets, and then all of them go like, ah, and then go, oh, and then we're saved, and then they go, ah, saved, ah, saved, ah, saved. It's like over and over and over again, and then like all of them go like ah, one more time, and then Hanto starts like yelling at them, and then goes like, this dude just saved you, like deal with it. And it's just like, I don't know, I felt like that was a kind of normal reaction. I didn't think we need to do it like 17 times though. But anyway, they both dip. Hanto collects the money from Sachika, and then Shoma also shows up untransformed, and then he kind of like hides away because I guess he's expecting Hanto to recognize him, but obviously he doesn't because he's in his human form. But anyway, Hanto's basically like, what's up with this guy? You know, what's up, I guess. And, and then Shoma invites himself into Sachika's house and basically says, hey, you know, I'm back. And then she's basically like, okay, you can live here now. So it's just like what? Like I don't know. Like if just some random person walks into my house that I only met once, I wouldn't be immediately being like, you can sleep here. But you know, you do you, I guess. But yeah, so he's basically gonna be permanent. He found his permanent staying place finally now. So I'm glad we've done that. I'm glad that he's just not constantly jumping around to different place to place anymore. That was getting really boring, annoying. So I'm glad that he's finally found a staying place. And then to close off the episode, Hanto's boss, who was doing a sort of stakeout job for the paper or whatever organization they work for, he gets captured by the person that I talked about previously in the episode, who is buying the gummy drugs or whatever. And he basically gets compressed, and then that's the end of the episode. So overall, I thought it was a pretty decent episode. Like I said, I like that that Shoma has finally found a place to stay, because the whole jumping around thing was getting kind of tedious. So I'm glad that we finally figured all that out. And I like hearing some more of the backstory stuff. I felt like that was missing in the past few episodes. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, whether it be from lack of explanation or lack of me just paying attention. I guess I don't know. I've seems like every review, somebody in the comments is like, you missed this. So hopefully I didn't miss anything this time. But yeah, so next episode, we finally got Hanto transforming into Kamen Rider, I think it's pronounced Valen. Let me know once again in the comments below if I mispronounced that. But that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to finally have our secondary rider. And yeah, stay tuned for that next week, and also stay tuned for a lot of the other videos coming to the channel. We've got another interview coming out this week, and then I'm also going to be doing a tier list on my favorite Power Rangers seasons on Friday. So yeah, definitely subscribe to get notified for all of that and more. Thank you all so much for watching.